Huh, do what? You tapping away? You tap away you want. Just tap away on your points. Tip it, tap, tap, tap. Put these cigarettes out of the shot. We've got a spaghetti factory going on here.
So they know that you're a rebel.
Unless you want them free sponsorship, let me get that McDonald's cup right there. Oh yeah, sponsored by McDonald's. Eat healthy, eat fresh.
I don't know about you, but I'm loving
fresh. Have it your way.
Have it your way.
Is that what they say?
No, theirs is I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
Have it your way, I think, is Burger King.
It is Burger King.
The king of burgers?
King of burgers.
Which is a huge claim to make.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You know.
It's really a lot to bite off.
All things considered. It's a little steep. It's a little steep for you to
A bit braggadocious.
Yeah.
Braggadocious.
King of burgers. You make terrible chicken sandwiches as well.
I don't know. Someone brought up a good point the other day, too, where you see, like, when restaurants like Jack in the Box or, like, Burger King, they're always trying to, like, switch up their menu. Like, now we have salads. Now we're making gyros. And
yeah.
It's like, I don't really trust it. It's more like I like the In-N-Out model where you just make the best product you can. Like, their menu's so small because there's, like, we make a great burger, make great fries. Have fun. That's what we do. The over-diversification, I think, is an issue with a lot of weird companies.
Before we begin, I'll go to the menu.
Okay.
Banyo.
I was about to roll it in there. I was like,
You about to roll it in?
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
It's all right.
That's cool.
They won't have to learn about, like, have you ever been to Jollibee before?
No, I've never even heard of it.
So Jollibee is like this Filipino restaurant / it's Filipino like fast food place. But you're like, why don't they just get like In-N-Out? They do complete opposite. They got spaghetti, they got fried chicken, they got hot dog. Don't get the hot dog.
I do not.
They got hamburgers. They got breakfast like rice, but it's like Filipino like stuff. So it's like if you're not used to the Filipino style, it's like, okay, well, why would I want rice with like a Salisbury steak patty covered in gravy? Like, to me, it's good.
Yeah.
Like the fried chicken's actually something to go for.
But to the round-eyed devil, I'm very confused by that.
Yeah, just go try it out, man. It's not a big deal.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of get weird out. I've seen, like, there's a couple other Asian places I'll go to where they hand you a menu and it's like a goddamn dictionary. And I'm like,
yeah,
come on, guys. We can narrow some things down.
Oh,
I'm already indecisive to begin with. I don't need more options. Like, I get just overwhelmed. And
you got to diversify. Just don't even try it. Just try something random. And if you don't like it, then, like, well, I guess I can eat here again sometime.
Well, they should put, like, the menu up on, like, a dartboard and just, like, let you throw a dart. I'd do that.
I mean, like, you go to, like,
Take the guessing work out of it.
Like, what French restaurants, some of them, like, the super hoity-toity ones, like, you have no choice. Like, this is what we're having for dinner. Mm-hmm. Like, $1,000.
You get no altercations.
Yeah. It's like, for $1,000, this is what you get. But you'll like it. I was like, what if I don't like it? No, you'll like it.
Your steak is medium rare. But I like it medium well. Nope. Yeah, you're getting medium rare. The chef says.
First of all, people that like steaks medium well, I don't know. I don't know about it.
It used to break my heart. I worked at Macaroni Grill for like 6 years. And we would have like these really nice like filet specials. Because they rotate the specials like quarterly.
Yeah.
And there'd just be like 2 items. Would be like a halibut and like a really good filet. With like some crazy like Brazilian cheese on top. And every time someone ordered the filet and ordered it well done, a piece of my soul died. Every time. I'm just like, I can get you beef jerky like across the street. Because that's what you're ordering now.
Yeah, you're essentially wanting me to take this fine cut of beef and then like fucking like
murder it again.
I'm gonna burn it until you can't taste it anymore.
Oh, you love char, do you?
Yeah. It's so bad.
Here's a briquette and some beef jerky, and let's not waste this good piece of meat. Like, it just... I wish I could afford to go out and get a filet once in a while at this point, you know? It was a luxury to me. That was like a once every 6 month, like, treat myself kind of thing, you know? And here you are just spitting in my face with the dumb order.
So I'm on this keto diet, so I just, like, eat meat and shit. So, like, a lot of the stuff that I would be spending on, like, buying, like, random snacks and shit is just, like, straight meat.
No, I watched a documentary, like the Netflix one on the keto diet. And there's that interesting... I listen to Adam Carolla's podcast, like, daily. It's like a ritual for me. He's kind of like my pastor now.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
But he was interviewing one of the guys... I think it's Zucker. He's one of the co-creators or co-writers of Airplane.
Oh.
The classic film.
Yeah, from, like, the 70s and 80s?
Yeah. He was one of the 2 guys that, like, wrote it and directed it. And what's crazy is his son was born, like, prone to just having seizures. Like, he's only like 6 months old and he'd have these violent seizures in his crib. And he was going around and all these doctors are prescribing all this medication and this and that. And this is like, mind you, like early 80s. And so they keep trying to prescribe medication for the kid, and nothing's working.
Mm-hmm.
So he just decides, because he's kind of a self-starter guy anyway, he just starts doing research and discovers all these studies that were done by nutritionalists like back in like the 30s and 40s on the keto diet.
Yeah.
And he gives it a go and just starts feeding his son keto diet as like an infant even.
Yeah.
And
so like straight from the bottle to when they get to solid food, it's like, let's start getting like protein and fat.
Exactly. Just pure protein and fat forward. And within like, the kid's seizures went down. Within like 6 months, he stopped having them completely.
Wow.
And then by like age 4, he could just eat whatever he wanted. And there was there's been no residual. He's now like a kindergarten teacher, hasn't had a seizure since like age 2.
Wow.
But it was like, the doctors were just like, this kid is going to have a short, long life.
Yeah, pretty much because we season out all the fucking time.
Yeah. And
let me put everything on silent real quick.
but it was interesting that like he did his own self-discovery back in the early 80s and discovered all this.
Is your phone on silent, Brait?
Sure.
Like, nobody's going to call me.
It's the one time someone does call
Probably
you.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Oh, wait, you got a tiger thing on too? Okay, I'm putting on the jacket. I don't give a shit. Do not give a shit anymore.
Yeah, do you want continuity or not, dude? What's up? Let's go.
Welcome to Tiger Podcast. No.
Yeah, sponsored by Tiger Balm.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
I
So
feel
this-
tigered out.
Made of bits of real tiger.
real
Is it
tigers
because,
are
is it
harmed.
because he finally won his first tournament in like 5 years? Is that why we're supporting the
I
Tiger?
heard about that.
Yeah.
Who?
Good for him.
Tiger.
Oh,
finally
Tiger
won the
Woods, you're
tournament.
right. Yeah, he finally got it right.
Yeah.
Finally.
That was a
that
steep
was-
fall from grace that he had there. Did you see his
Super victory.
yeah.
Super victory. Really happy
It's
with
like
the performance
his-
out there.
his arrest picture that he had?
Oh, yeah.
He was looking rough.
They never look good.
I know.
I've never seen one that looks like a glamorous
I think they,
shot.
like-
Except for that guy that became a model because of how pretty he was in his
Oh, that one guy? Bufus?
like blue eyes.
Oh, I don't know who we're talking about.
Beautiful blue eyes.
So you're talking about like,
Who was that?
I don't know. Sounds like a guy in Florida that would get arrested. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
like
yeah.
in the in processing photos, like don't they do like a cavity search on you before they take the picture? So I feel like everybody looks like they've gotten their buttholes turned out.
The standard cavity searches? I don't think so, dude.
Like they're like
No.
processing you in is like, hey, you've been up for like 24 to 48 hours. Here's your mugshot. Now you're going into Gen
No,
Pop
I
or like a holding
unfortunately
cell.
been arrested, so I
Never
know how
been
it works.
arrested.
No butthole search.
They go right, no cavity search. They go right to taking your photo, then they fingerprint you, then they gather your belt and your shoelaces and throw you in with all the other.
So that's
animals.
just a view of initial shock of just like, whoa,
I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm here because like all of them look like Gary Busey, just like a normal
The,
Gary Busey.
the Nick Nolte
Yeah.
one is amazing too. His
God.
hair is all over the place.
Nick Nolte
Look,
looks like Gary
he's
Busey playing Nick
actually-
Nolte.
He's a beautiful man. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, Christ. Jesus. Come on.
Dude, what is the Keanu Reeves movie? Fucking
Point Break?
the Surfer, Point Break.
Oh,
there
Point
we go.
Break, yeah. God.
He's a revelation in that movie.
Oh, he's I always loved him in like 48 Hours, another 48 Hours. Him and Eddie Murphy, when Eddie Murphy was at the height of his like
Yeah.
80s powers. That was a good little tandem. Just like,
I think that's the first time I've heard the
Christ.
phrase.
That
"Young,
guy's just
dumb, full
great.
of cum," too. So that was great.
which one?
He uses the phrase "young, dumb, and full of cum."
Oh,
Yeah.
Gary Busey. I'm sorry, Nick Nolte used that.
Oh, it's Gary Busey.
Gary
Busey.
Busey. So
So
yeah,
that's not Nick Nolte.
Busey was the captain in
That's
Point Break.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna have to figure out
They look
who's who.
very similar.
They're brothers from another mother.
Kinda.
Yeah, there's a little crossover. I think they're both bananas.
Oh yeah.
I think Gary Busey beats Nick Nolte though.
I think Nick Nolte just hit a point where he's just content, but it seems like Gary Busey just kept on going over the years.
Yeah.
like he's kept on trucking the crazy train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does this weird.
He's keeping hope alive.
He does all those strange
With the
acronyms.
accent.
Like we'll just be like, you know what Chinese stands for, right? Like it stands for can have. I want, like, he'll just like make things up like that, and you're like, no, that's not where that word comes from. But he'll just like make up these acronyms on anything like happy or something like that. It's so
The
strange.
dude must be like really into acrostic and all that stuff. Like just drawing words vertically and like putting. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's a crazy dude.
Do you remember they had that Comedy Central show, I'm with Busey?
No, but now I need to watch it.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. So it's like a young writer, I think he's like maybe 24 years old, like moves to Hollywood and is pretty much like is like a live-in assistant / whatever with Busey. Like we're making the show together, and it's just like him having just like days in the life with Busey
Wow.
and just trying to wrangle that in, and it's you can tell it's on Comedy Central. I mean, or it was. This is
just
like
him walking down the street flipping off small children.
Yeah.
Is that
almost. No, actually, that would be almost too sane. Like, there's just random things he talks about, like how he can jump off a cliff and survive because he knows how to like tuck and roll properly. And you're like,
Jeez.
no,
right.
you don't understand physics.
Right.
I want to test
That's
Gary
not how that
Busey.
works.
I want to test Gary Busey on all his theories.
And this poor young writer kid's like, no, don't. Okay,
Yeah, he's doing it.
okay, I don't know what to do.
All right, well, I guess we started already, but
We
whatever.
started!
Yeah, we started a long time ago. This is all staying in.
Yes.
Shit.
Jaded Podcast once again.
Podcast Jaded, man.
Whatever,
we gotta
dude.
get whichever way it goes, right?
It's
Episode 69.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
my favorite
Yeah.
episode. Yeah.
I'm coming back for 420.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Bad Jokes.
Hey-o,
Jokes.com.
number jokes. The best kind ever.
Repeated by your dad constantly.
Son, have you seen this? Like, please stop. You've hit me on every social media and texting me just to make sure.
So we're deep in the wood. The Jesse Wood that
Hello.
Jesse
is. We're
Wood.
here with our friend, hanging out.
It's an unfortunate last name, I know. Junior high was fun.
Yeah.
Every day. Morning wood. Oh, yeah. That's like a boner, I guess. I'll see you tomorrow.
I know what I'm calling you tomorrow at work.
That's gonna be
Jesse.
Let's go tonight. Why not?
Yeah, good time. The other problem I have is my first name is confusing to people. I don't understand how. It's Jesse. Very easy.
JSA.
Everybody wants to insert an I, which is short for Jessica.
You know what?
That bothers me.
I'm guilty of that too. I did that.
People do it all the time.
Yeah.
The other one they do is I'm like, I mumble a little bit sometimes. So people are like, "What's your name?" I'm like, Jesse, Jason, no Jesse, Justin,
Jeffrey.
Jesse. Oh, isn't that a girl's name? Cool. I love this exchange we just had.
Yeah.
I'm feeling really cool about
How is
myself.
that like the immediate response to somebody telling you their name?
It's happened over and over.
Are
and
you
over
a girl?
Again. You know, it doesn't
Did you
happen as
used
much
to be?
now. There's a lot more male Jessies. Like I didn't know any like through
I know
junior
a
high
couple
and high
male
school,
Jessies.
and now I've run into a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
In fact, I worked at a very small beer bar called Churchill's in San Marcos, and it's like the craft beer bar there. And I mean, the employee staff was only like 9 people total, something like that. But there happened to be another Jesse, and so that's how I've ended up labeled with the nickname. In San Diego, everybody calls me Cricket.
Cricket.
Because the other Jesse kept getting frustrated because we'd ring things in and the ticket would just say Jesse, and they'd like go to like check the correction on it or something or whatever. And he finally just exploded. We all were watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia at the time, like pretty
Rickety
heavily.
Cricket.
Yeah.
And that's when he looked at me. He just like, it's not me. It's fucking Rickety Cricket over there. And since then, Cricket's just stuck as a nickname. My email handle is Lost Abbey Cricket because I was working at Lost Abbey, and everybody there calls me Cricket. It's not a bad nickname. I mean, you don't choose your nicknames.
That's
It's just
true.
you. So
I've never met a person that like they introduce themselves, but you can call me Buzzsaw. I'm like, you didn't. Nobody gave you that. You gave yourself that name.
That's
You tried-
self-given, made up.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's
the
so
ones
terrible.
that they think is cool. Like
They
Cricket.
call me Roto-Rooter.
Yeah,
No, they
what?
don't. No one does.
No one does that. But Cricket sounds like a really cool name.
I'm okay. It's got a ring to it. It was kind of fun when for a minute I had to get an account at Cricket Wireless. It's like, yeah, it's my plan and my name.
There you go.
But no.
I think it would be funny if you just like instead of having like an interesting like nickname, you could be like, yeah, my name's David. Some people call me Jeremy. I'm like, what?
Completely
Total
different.
curveball.
Yeah.
That's just another name.
Yeah. My name's Jesse, but you can call me Al.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
yeah. The Al Jesse, not the
Al
Cricket
or
Jesse.
Chris
Yeah,
works
yeah,
also.
So confusing. I do like the self-made nickname people.
Right.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No one does that.
Do you have a nickname on your podcast?
No.
Yeah.
The only time is because the guy that's producing it,
Right.
Ryan Tillotson, he used to run media at Lost Abbey, and I was working at Lost Abbey for like 6 years before we both moved up here to open up Barley Forge in Costa
Oh, that's how
Mesa.
you guys met.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've known each other for like 15 years or something like that. But he always calls me Cricket. So there's been a few times like on the podcast where like he'll like make notes from like the engineers room or whatever,
Right.
and I'll be like, "Hey, Cricket, can you?" And I'll realize the person that I'm interviewing is like, "Did you just say Cricket?"
Is he talking
like they're
to you?
super confused, and I'm like, "Oh, that's my nickname in San Diego. Everybody knows me."
Or he's in
Yeah.
the booth.
There.
Like, God damn it, Cricket!
Yeah, I was
I
like,
told
I
you.
I don't want you to think this place is bug infested, but you know.
I hold insects in high regard. So,
Well, I
except
do
for flies.
remember, I don't know if you ever listened to the podcast Doug Loves Movies. It's Doug Benson's, whatever. But he used to record at the Meltdown Theater, like Nerd Melt. Like, it's Chris Hardwick's comic book place. They set up like an actual like live studio in the
Okay.
back. It's like a live podcast. But there's a couple crickets that live there that they've never been able to like locate and get rid of.
Yeah.
So you'll be listening to it and you'll just hear like it's even best when somebody makes like kind of a bad joke, one that doesn't really land.
Oh.
And then you hear a little chip chip, and it's like, and part of me thinks like, do they have like a sound effects
It's a
machine?
free
Like,
soundboard with one button.
Yep.
Just crickets.
That cricket is on.
I love that.
Yeah,
That would drive me insane. Also, like
That,
if I could-
I kind of want to have like maybe if we can get your cat like a tambourine, or maybe get a family of
Can we
crickets
just
in
strap
here.
some bells to its feet? Some jingle bells?
I'm glad that you guys are coming up with ways to torture my cat, but that's cool.
Cats love bells. What do you mean?
Right.
They're huge fans.
And dogs love sweaters.
Boy,
Yeah,
do they.
it's true. They're always
Tiny
cold.
ones do.
Some, yeah, the smaller ones they get a little.
Little shivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, do they shiver.
This episode's now
Boy,
like dog shivering.
Boy, do they shiver.
Oh, boy.
So tell us about your podcast, Jess.
Well,
What a
it's
podcast.
going through a company that's just started up called Straw Hut Media, located out in Costa Mesa. It is called Stiffed, and we will be dropping it coming up later in October. So all the like plug follow things. So it's Stiffed Pod on like all the big three, like your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Gotcha. All around.
Once this starts dropping, I'll actually get more active on social media. I'm terrible at social media.
Yeah, I try to make my own memes for this show. I just take pictures and add words to it. I think that's all you need to do
It's
now.
pretty good. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does a good job. I like your captions.
Yeah.
That's some good wordage.
I try to think outside of the box and just like without completely destroying the person's character.
Well, no, not completely, but definitely a little bit.
It's all right to poke.
You want to deal a little bit of damage, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be dropping soon. We've got a couple test episodes. We're trying to just kind of stockpile some interviews because the whole premise of the podcast itself is it's like a reverse Yelp.
Mm-hmm.
So it's me interviewing people in various parts of the service industry, pretty much giving horror stories about like customers,
Right.
just poor behavior, whether it be homeless people or the way people treat bathrooms, especially when they're drunk.
Oh man.
All these come together. Even interviewed one feller that worked at Disneyland, and he had he worked there for like 6-7 years, and even at one point was like the VIP tour guide, where the people pay like $200 an hour to cut the front of the line, and he's
Jesus.
the one
That
that
guy's making bank.
Damn.
you would
I'm in
think
the
that
wrong
the
business.
story he told me, he had some weird, what he swears to be a mafioso family, like full on real life Sopranos.
Sweet.
And so they had this weird tradition. The first ride they wanted to go on, this already creeped me out. The first ride they wanted to go on, very first, was A Small World. It's a small world. It's a rough ride if you've ever been on it. But they're on
Sometimes.
it, and so he's got them, and they get to like the Asian section, and as they come up to the little Japanese girls that are bowing in their geishas or whatever, the whole family at once stands up in the boat. Which at first he's like,
Yeah.
don't stand up in the boat. But luckily they all stood up at the same time, so they didn't like rock
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Right.
They all stand up, and in front of these geisha ladies start just chucking, like making it rain hundreds and 50s and
What?
20s in front of these girls. Like they must
crazy.
have dropped at least like $1,000 in front of these little motorized mannequins.
Yeah.
Why?
It's some weird ritual they have. I don't like. It's like some like good luck thing,
So-
prosperity thing.
Who
I
is
don't
this
know.
again?
This is some Italian mafioso fucking family.
But they only did it around the Japanese section.
That one, and then they, I think they threw a couple bills at like
The Polynesian
Indonesian
girls?
kids or something.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know, but like that was their thing. He takes care of them for like 6 hours, and they're super needy and super like the mom is like the total matriarch, but being stupid and like just like a weird, high spirited, we'll say, cliche Italian woman. She decides to wear high heels to a theme park.
Ooh.
And I don't know if you've seen the cobblestones on Main Street. That
Oh,
could
yeah.
not be a treat to walk in high heels on those.
Yeah, that's a
And-
CrossFit session right there.
Oh my god, that's an ankle fit session right
Yeah.
there. I just see rolly, rolly, rolly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So she luckily one of the other her daughters is like, because I guess they were so self-absorbed, all they did was spend all their time on their phones. They weren't even like acknowledging each other or anybody else around them. Only when it was convenient for them. Like just everyone's super self-centered. The woman takes off her high heels. One of the daughters is like, "Oh, I have an extra pair of flats in my purse. Here you go." Gives them to her. She's like, "I still can't do this. I need a wheelchair."
What?
Makes the dude get her a wheelchair. And she looks at him like, all right, time to start pushing.
Wow.
And he just like played off like, nope. Like, I did not see you pretty much. Eyeball request me to stroll you around
Dude,
Disneyland for the rest, like the next 5 hours.
If I saw them throwing thousands of dollars at inanimate mannequins, I'd be like, I think I might get maybe $1,500 if I just push this broad in a wheelchair.
Do you know what his tip ended up being?
$5?
No, it was $50 for 6 hours. When they're paying $200 an hour.
Was he getting
like,
free
per
food
person.
at all?
Jesus.
No, he's on the job.
He's on the job, man.
So what
They
you're
didn't- they didn't
saying
treat him.
is that there's potentially hundreds sitting at the bottom
That's
of the
what
It's
I
a
asked
Small
him.
World ride. And
So
I
who
need
cleaned that
to
up? Did
put-
they return the money?
That's what I said. I'm like, who got to give me? He's like, it's probably one of the maintenance staff people.
Oh, man.
And he's like, they probably were just came up. And,
Yeah.
and he's like, it probably sat there for like maybe a good 2-3 months till they have to switch the decorations to thematically fit for like Christmas.
Right.
And so there's just some guy just walks up like, oh,
Christmas
shit,
bonus.
Yeah.
That's so
I had no
weird.
idea how this got here, but I'm going to take it.
Yeah, because isn't that like, it's like a water ride, right? So like
Yeah.
they're throwing it and like it just sinks to the bottom. They have to like drain it out. And be
Like some of it, I'm sure landed by their feet, and I'm sure some of it fell into the water. I don't.
Wow.
It's insanity, but that's the thing that I like about this. Like when Ryan, we did like our first or second recording. I was recording with Tanya and with Jess, and we were not like on air. And he was just like, "So do you think like we'll run out of like service industry stories?" And all three of us at the same time were like, "No, there is a endless well." And so like that's why I'm trying to like not just stick to just like bartenders and servers, even though that's more my world. I want to get like we have capabilities of doing like phone interviews in the near future. One of my best friends growing up in San Diego, he actually became a professional skateboarder, and then he moved up to Portland. Had a really bad injury, and so now he works as a UPS driver. I'm sure he's got some interesting tales from that side of things. Like I want to get like all of even my stepmom's like a lawyer. I'm like, I almost want to interview her and just be like, can you tell me about some terrible clients?
like, probably not.
We'll leave it. We'll omit names, but just some interesting, like even like just people that request like a random crazy lawsuit I'd find fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find the whole human interaction thing interesting, and it's just funny to me how oblivious some people are.
Yeah, because some of these people are like, they're so aloof and they're coming at you with all their problems and trying to keep it in, and then when they come to interact with somebody, it's like, hey, I need this, and they're like, they could either be a complete asshole or like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm a human being and you're a human being.
That's the thing.
I'm just gonna shit all over your floor in the bathroom now.
I think that's like the main like through line is that people that use different services forget that they're talking to another human. Like that somehow just seems to get lost.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Dave. You're a bouncer.
Shut up.
Isn't it funny?
Yeah.
Isn't it funny with karting? The only people that get offended when you ask for their license tend to be 21, 22, or 23.
Yeah,
tops.
they're just
Really?
like, you know me? I've been going to one bar for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm 21
We had said it's not
now.
like The Sims. You don't have this like little
Anger bolt,
thing that just
angle
turns
front.
a different color. Like I can just tell. Like
Yeah.
I
You
don't know.
gotta put in work before you shit on the bouncer, dude. Like,
Seriously.
if that's who you're really gonna be, then figure out that that's where you're supposed to be going in life. All right?
Yeah.
Go to different bars, meet different door guys, and see how they react. Most of them actually are very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone that I've been to in Long Beach, most of them are very nice. So that's the thing.
You have to push some buttons
I
to
think-
get a negative reaction.
It's very telling of character how you treat strangers.
I think it's because
Very
like
telling.
when your friends come up to you and they treat you all friendly, like they just think, oh, this is like a friendly environment. Door guy doesn't give a shit. Maybe we should just come up to you like,
I
"Hey,
don't.
Yeah, no. Are you of age? Are you going to cause some shit? Cool.
Yeah,
Come on
exactly.
in.
Yeah.
Like, that's my criteria.
There are very few requirements.
Because
right?
literally, if
Yeah.
they started putting up like a shit fit, like, don't you know me? Like, okay, bye. It's like, but I have the idea. No, just leave.
Right.
You can go away.
We're off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
Like, this cannot get better.
Come back in another year when you're possibly 21.
I mean, I'm 37. When I get like carded for a pack of cigarettes, my reaction is, all right, here you go. I find it delightful. Like I'm like, okay, and I've
For
never
the
once been
record, that
insulted.
giggle is your reaction to a lot of different
Yeah.
scenarios.
Oh yeah, no, I have to giggle my way out of life all the time.
He's just a giggler. A lot of giggler.
Otherwise, I just get depressed. I gotta find an upside.
Here's the thing. That always just lingers in the background. That's always there. That
Yeah.
monster is in there. But, we can pretend.
That's how we keep it at bay.
Just giggle it away a little bit. You see what I need?
If I can laugh at it, it's not a real problem. That's the
Right.
way I look at it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fair. That's a good way to look at things. Am I too loud right now? What's happening?
No, I'm just
Where are we at?
stuff. You're good, man.
He just likes fingering stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, sexualization.
Yes.
Yes.
Now nobody can hear us. Like,
Yeah.
Nobody can. Yeah. So that's great. I like that you're doing this thing that allows for the other side to kind of have a voice.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I mean?
I've always been a huge like comedy nerd, and like I've done like 2 open mic stand-ups. It's really hard to do.
You've done 2?
2.
wow.
You know that
Awkward.
our good man, our good friend Chris is.
He's
also
doing a bunch. We already
doing
talked
stuff.
about going out together and doing
Really?
some. Yeah.
That would be great, man.
No, and I like too that we both like. So before getting hired at the bar we work at together,
Yeah.
like I knew everybody that worked there already. I'd been a regular because I worked in other area bars,
Right.
and I've known all of you guys for like 4, 5, 6 years, depending. He was the one that I really didn't know, but like immediately clicked and jived with.
Yeah.
Like, you just meet those people and you're like, we're on the same page.
Yeah. My gauge is always just like, if you even remotely respond to one of my stupid jokes, that's cool. We're good.
Yeah.
Like we can be friends, possibly.
Yeah. Even if it's a really bad joke, but you're like, wah, wah. Like, I'll take it.
Oh, that's the best response.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris is he's the greatest.
I remember meeting him outside your old apartment. I was just immediately started shooting the shit. I was like, good guy.
Yeah.
I like him.
He's a
The
stand-up
mountain.
Yeah, I didn't know which mountain he was from. I said he was from the Ozarks or the Appalachians. I actually got one of them right. I was surprised.
Yeah, he does have the mountain man mystique.
Yeah, I saw that like he's a lumberjack. Maybe he just kind of climbs up mountains like no
Yeah.
gear. Probably makes his own cheese. I don't know.
He's an
I think he
Asian
makes his own
lumberjack.
jerky, and then once he
Jerky?
ascends to the top of the mountain, he rips his shirt off
Yeah.
and beats his chest and
Yeah.
screams. You know,
Right.
Starts
like a
dominance.
Sasquatch
He's
does.
an Asian lumberjack that does log tossing.
Yeah, he's like
Oh,
a
I
quarter.
can actually
half
see him
Chinese.
He's half. Yes.
Half Chinese.
He's half.
Wow, that's
I
crazy.
could see him
dude.
participating in the Highland Games, though.
Right?
I can totally see him like doing the cake toss, doing
Is
the
that
whole
what
like
they-
log
Are
toss.
they wearing kilts during that? Is
Oh
that-
yeah, boy, are they?
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Those are scary men.
Yes,
Very scary.
they are big fellas.
But yeah, well, we were talking about this last time when he was here, but he was like showing me a picture of his grandfather, and I think he was just showing me a picture of some random Asian old man.
It was David.
I didn't know he was,
He was like, "This is my
It was
grandpa."
David Lopan from like Big Trouble. I was like, what the fuck is David Lopan?
It's
Yeah.
you know what it is that he's a ginger. You
Yeah,
don't see a lot of Asian gingers.
that's the
so
thing that throws you off.
He's
Yeah.
like the second one I've met so far. It's kind of weird.
And then the beard throws it, and you just immediately like, I guess he's Celtic or something. I
All
don't
right.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because usually, like the red hair, black hair, the dominant traits, and you'll see like red haired Asian person. That's weird.
Yeah.
Usually be brown or black hair.
I think I've seen a few in like Asian boy bands.
Oh, that's definitely probably like Bleach or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the real thing.
Yeah, don't look at my Google history.
Yeah.
Oh, let's dive in. Let's do it.
A Japanese boy band.
Japanese boy bands.
Pics, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Then it's just.
I'm just seeing like an Asian pop thing.
Yeah.
Having the red hair, like it's edgy. I don't know. It's fascinating to me. There's like, I remember seeing like my friend had like a coffee table book or something similar to that. I think maybe Vice put it out or something. But how post World War II, the Japanese youth culture doesn't have its own identity.
Yeah.
So they've been trying to pick bits and pieces from Western identity, and in a lot of ways, it's almost comical how like over the top they've gone.
Like, have you seen the documentary Godspeed You Black Emperors? That's what that band was
Yeah.
named after.
Yeah.
I was like, man, they're like adapting to like this weird biker fucking like greaser gang kind of thing, and like that's still one of the things that are going on over there. Like they still have like biker gangs and with like pompadours, and they got people in yo-yo.
Right? No,
park.
like giant
Yeah.
fucking Commodores. It's crazy.
It's pretty cool.
It is
Have
actually
you guys
pretty
seen
badass.
the Japanese film Suicide Club?
No.
It came out in like the early 2000s. Fucking amazing. Highly recommended.
Yeah.
So it's on the same notion that the Japanese are co-opting other cultures. And so there's like here we go. There's like a girl band, like a Spice Girls type band that's playing around town.
Yeah.
So here, I'll just give you the opening of the movie. This is not even a spoiler, but the very opening, there's all these Japanese schoolgirls in a subway. And it's all subtitled, obviously. It's a foreign movie. And there's the announcer keeps coming in like, train arriving in 2 minutes. And all these girls are just chit-chatting after school, wearing their backpacks and their little schoolgirl uniforms. And blah, 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 blah. Train arriving in 1 minute. Like, train arriving in 30 seconds. When it hits 15 seconds, all of them stop talking. There's like 80 girls, and they all line up on the edge of the tracks and hold hands and go a 1, a 2, a 3, and jump right in front of the train comes in, and it just they do like the Japanese like blood splatter kind of overkill thing they do in like samurai movies. Covers cold open Suicide Club. So the whole the whole thing is there's like this weird internet craze going on where if you want to be part of this exclusive cool guy club or cool person club, you have to kill yourself.
Wow.
And it follows like a couple main characters, some detective trying to get to the bottom of it.
Right.
It's an interesting insight to that whole kind of society and that the idea that they don't have their own identity and they just follow like these weird trends that seem cool, even though being cool means you're dead.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's
true.
a very dark, fun movie, though.
Like, remember how RoboCop, the first RoboCop, like the commercials and that would really set the tone for the movie? You're like, hey, I'd buy that for $1. Everybody's just kind of laughing at it, and you're like, it's kind of like a review on society at the time. Like, there was this one Japanese movie called Tokyo Gore Police, and it totally copied it in the same way of like, hey, this is a reflection of Japan. Like,
sounds familiar. I don't think I've seen it.
There was a commercial of like they were selling like these razor blades, like the box cutters, and they're like, yay, it cuts great. And like this is a schoolgirl just cutting her wrist like repeatedly. Jeez. It's like, yay, it cuts. I'm like, wow. That's like they totally took the RoboCop thing. It's like that's fucking weird. I guess they had like wrist cutters and all that issue, like all that weird stuff. They're just like kind of poking fun of, but it's like one of the issues they had over there. I'm like, what? That and Blood Jets. So I don't know.
Blood Jets.
Yeah, watch the movie.
Okay.
Local Blockbuster. Go ahead and rent it.
Tokyo Gore Police Suicide Club.
Local Blockbuster.
Yeah, just
good
go
luck
there.
finding one first.
Alaska. Alaska's the only local one.
Alaska, yeah.
There's two of them left there, right?
There's two in there?
Yeah, there's two.
Okay.
There's two now? Damn.
I think there's two.
Oh,
There's
shit,
the only two left
monopolizing,
standing.
guys.
Yeah.
And it's because they don't have this thing called the internet in Alaska.
Yeah,
so
no, like
streaming doesn't work.
You
up
literally
there.
walk a week away. Like you could take a week for you to download a movie, or you could walk 10 miles in the snow and go actually get the DVD.
Uphill both ways.
Yeah.
No shoes.
I miss doing that. I miss the novelty of being able to go to a store and rent something. And
I hate that, like, younger generation, even kids now that are, like, of legal drinking age, don't even understand what it's like to go to a video store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's about right.
It was a fun experience when you were a kid, man. It was
There's
so
one down the
exciting.
Is there
an
still?
actual video store on Redondo and Broadway?
Huh?
Is it like just a regular DVD rental place?
I think it's just DVDs, but it is very old looking. It might be a front for something. I don't know.
Dude, let's go there. Right after
I mean,
this.
why else would a video
I don't
store
know how
last
it's
long,
surviving.
right? Like,
We're going there after this.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
we're
fine.
checking it out.
Sounds good.
I remember growing up, there was a local, like, owned video rental place by my house called Video Dan's.
Ooh.
I'm assuming the owner's name is Dan.
It's probably Steve.
I did the footwork on this one. I think his name's Dan.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's Dan. But I remember he went out of business because he leased the building next door, and he went all in on laser discs.
Fuck.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Video
sucks.
Dan's closed in about 4 or 5
Very
months,
closed.
right quick. Yeah.
That sucks.
I always laugh at lasers. You've seen SLC Punk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love when they go to the German guy to score, but like, you have to sit there for like an hour and let him just show off all his shit. And at one point, he pulls up a laser disc. He's like, "There's a movie on this." It always cracks me up. I don't know why. He looks so like childishly excited. Like, huh? It's a movie.
I remember as a kid, I was like, dude, I want a Laserdisc player, but I think it was like $1,000, and each of those Laserdiscs
And
was
you
like
have to
$100.
get up halfway through the movie and flip the thing.
Oh my god, maybe that's stupid.
I remember when my friend got the first DVD player, and he had like, I think maybe like 12 DVDs. It blew my fucking mind. I was
The
like,
menus?
So, wait, it's so small. You have menus?
Yeah.
You can just
Chapters?
jump cut?
Yeah.
You can just jump cut? What? This is insane. And then I remember when there was the whole HD DVD wars versus the Blu-ray wars.
Everybody thought HD DVD was going to win because porn backed HD DVD.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
that's
porn
why-
also started streaming like intensely.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a
They
two
kinda
front
shot
thing. We did see
themselves
that.
off,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember my dad saying this, like, and it's vivid to me. Where I'm like, because he's Mr. Tech Guy. Like, we had like the full big screen TV, surround sound studio, like
Right.
in our house. Like,
He was the full experience.
He was all about that. Like when you go to like a Best Buy or whatever, and they had that surround sound room, he pretty much replicated that in our living room all the time. Like, he was all about it. So I'm like, well, how come we haven't gotten like a high HD DVD player or a Blu-ray? And he went, because I remember the wars between VHS and Beta, and he's like, I'm just gonna wait till it's last man standing.
Yeah,
then I'll commit. Like, that's actually really smart.
Yeah.
Like, good job.
My uncle's still holding on to a projection TV because the thing's like the size of this room, but it can't get like HD. He has to use like so many different fucking connectors to get it to like HD signal on there. I'm like, so why don't you just get like a flat screen that's like 72 inches wide? That's the
They're
size
so
of my
cheap now,
fucking hand.
too.
Yeah.
Instead of having like this giant ass Mitsubishi projector, but I was like, I guess once it's inside your house, like there's no way to get it out.
I remember the first time
You only need like 4 furniture dollies.
Yeah, you got to cut it. It's brought in pieces. I
For
guess.
the longest time, I had this 2 Panasonic TV, right? And I, like, maybe 10 years ago or so, I bought my first actual flat screen. And I remember staring at that TV when I plugged it in for the first time, and I was like, what the fuck have I been doing?
Yeah.
with my entire life. Like,
you did the opposite of I wonder
me and my
what people are
girlfriend
doing.
was sitting there just mesmerized by like the pores on the newscaster's fucking face. Like, you know what I mean? It was an experience.
I actually feel bad with the advent and like the overwhelmingness of HD TV. I feel bad for makeup artists on TV shows because they got to work extra hard now.
Yeah, now we got 4K. Oh,
4K
man.
changed
You
the
can't hide
game.
anything from that.
I think his blackhead said something.
You could always get that out in digital
That's
posts.
racist, Jesse,
So you'd be
by the way.
fine.
We don't like that around here.
Oh no, not like a black person's head, but like a black
Fucking
head.
you guy, come on, man.
I know.
Do you know where you're at right now?
Turning
just
Jesse
going
all
along
the way
with
down
Welcome
now.
to Thunderdome, bitch.
No, I was playing along with it. I was yes-anding.
You had a moment there. He was like,
No,
whoa.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
man,
God,
brother, please do not strike me about the face. No.
Yes, Jesse suffers from white guilt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Suffers
yes,
from
I
very
do,
extreme.
I had many opportunities before the show to get it, like poke and prod at him with some white guilt, but I decided not to and save it for the show.
I don't know.
That's nice.
Can you inch out a little bit for the Asian guy, or is it just for me, or
No. It's what it boils down to, especially like it's an only child of a pastor, so already got that guilt.
okay?
It all really started like. So I'm just good at guilt in general, white or not. I'm good at guilt.
You're very Catholic. Good job.
It's non-denominational Christian, but yeah, the same. So for me, it all really came to a head in 9th grade, where I tested and took honors European history,
Oh.
and they bring up the concept of manifest destiny,
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
and I'm like, wait, we did what?
Yeah,
Guys,
no,
I was not there.
Yeah.
They did not have my vote. I think David Cross puts it best. He's like, look it up. It's a rule that we wrote in the book that we wrote.
yeah.
So, sorry. Our God's better than you, and he said we can take your shit.
Right.
Deal with it.
Basically,
I just remember just being like, why? No. I don't like this.
Jesse's kind of trying to come up with an alibi for that
Yeah.
time period.
Yeah. And like, I
When
wish
all
I was
this
cool like
happening.
Chris and was like
Trail
half
tears and
Asian.
shit. Jesus.
Oh, and then I find out like that I'm a distant relative. One of my ancestors is actually Davy Crockett.
Really?
And I'm like, that's cool. And he was friends with Daniel Boone and remember the Alamo. Then I learned about the Alamo.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Almo's
God
not as...
damn it. This is not a glorious story.
Yeah.
Forget the Alamo is what I say.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Can we please?
People hear the term...
9/11, never forget. Alamo, forget.
Right.
Yeah. People say the term remember the Alamo, and then what actually happened in the Alamo is like, oh, yeah, let's cover that with like
yeah.
10 feet of dirt. Not talk about it at all.
They're heroes for stealing a state
Yeah.
and then getting murdered for
It's all right.
trying
If you
to
said you
steal
were-
the state.
If you said you're related, like a direct descendant of Christopher Columbus, I would just immediately eject you.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, you gotta go, man.
Right.
That's
You
another
gots to
that's
go.
a weird childhood myth that, like, when you find out the truth, you're like,
Yeah.
why was I taught from a young age to celebrate this dude?
Yeah, I found out about him in AP European history. I was like, whoa! He did this
guy's
to
a dick.
He did it to multiple places. Yeah.
He just spreading disease, making illegitimate children.
He kept telling all
stealing
these
shit.
kept telling all these countries, yeah, I found it. Found the Indies. Found the Indies. Oh no, not this one, but we definitely brought back some gold. All right, now we're gonna go find the Indies again. I'm like, what? This guy.
Oh man, we should get them as like a thank you for welcoming us to your land gift. A bunch of diseases they don't have any natural cures.
Diseases.
They'll like those. They'll like those.
Yeah.
And then we manufactured diseases to get rid of indigenous people. The old blanket scandal. That one's fun. Then I love that we gave them Florida and then went, nah, just kidding. Take backsies.
Yeah.
You guys keep heading west.
We're you givers.
And then once... Yeah, just keep heading west, and then once we get there, we're just gonna take that back too.
It's all right. We met up with the Spaniards, and everything was cool. So
Yeah.
it's good time.
Well, what's they have a low tolerance to this fire water? Here, just keep heading. Nothing can go wrong.
Oh my god.
It's a crazy history. It's pretty recent too. Like 200, almost 300 years of history, comparative to like European history. It's like thousands of years.
That was the other thing too. That
Dynasties.
like, the weird guilt came in was with like having grown up in the church and seeing, how, especially like Dark Ages and medieval and Renaissance, how much the church, which I'm not Catholic, but the Pope ran Europe.
Yep.
Like he ran shit.
Yeah.
Like he was king of kings. I do love like weird stories, like Henry VIII always started the Church of England.
You mean I can't drop this wife? All right,
I can't drop this third, fourth one, whichever one.
Yeah,
which number
like,
she was.
none of these can make me an heir. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm taking control.
And I'm going to start a new church.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same, except the priest can marry.
Yep.
That's the only difference.
Okay.
But
That's cool.
he just made up a new religion just so he could get an annulment.
Yep.
There was a lot of
Yeah,
hubris of those rulers back then,
European
man.
history is crazy, man.
Oh my god.
It is nutters. And again, since European history, it's mostly white people fucking up, so that's why I feel guilty.
That's most of history in general.
I'm just laughing at Europe. I'm like, you guys think you're better than us? Remember all that time that happened when you guys were fighting for like Alsace-Lorraine and all that stuff? You guys are savages, marrying into other people's like kingdoms and stuff, and just like dumping them, and like all these wars of conquest. I'm like, that's cool. I know what you guys did. Don't talk shit about America.
Well, the Moors also ran most of Europe and Africa at one point too.
Yeah.
So that was they did their thing. Everybody does it. Not as much as white people, but definitely everybody does it at some point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, there is. It's just whenever there's a sense of nationalism, that's what happens.
Right.
I think it's just a weird like human nature thing. Like when you get in like a group and you're like something like my group's the best, all the other groups are inferior. Then suddenly shit goes pear shaped.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm trying to figure out if it's because I'm kind of like I don't really believe in anything. I believe in stuff, morals.
I know what you
mean. Being nice.
You don't have any dogmas.
Yeah, no. There's no grand scheme that I'm trying to be a part of. Like, there's no club that I want to join. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Just trying to get through this dumb life and
I
be
mean,
happy
can I
and have everybody
just,
around me
can I
happy.
just live?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's where I'm at too.
Can I get a sandwich and like can I just go about my day? Can I have a little bit of money? Is
Yeah.
that cool too?
I mean, this ties
I'll work
into
for
like
it even.
this ties into like my whole like life theory that I've been having a lot lately, and it's really coming into like in the world. I want a reduction in pride, and I want to raise shame.
Right.
I think our society could use a bit of that switch.
Yeah.
I feel like whoever's in control of the shame would just be holding all the pride anyways.
Well, what I mean is shame is a good thing. If
can
you fuck
be.
up, you should be beholden to it, and you should feel bad and feel some shame and thus correct the behavior.
Yeah.
Rather than the pride thing. Like, for instance, the other day, like, I got kind of called out on, some... not discrepancies, but like some problems or some issues I need to deal with myself. And rather than being like, well, that guy's just out to get me. Like, he's a dick. Like, he just doesn't like me. That's why. But
Yeah,
I was like, no, I actually had some shame. Like, all right, I need to, like, tool up and fix it. And I feel there's, like, just a lack of that.
It's like people's egos are getting in the way of like valid, like, hey, these are ways you can improve yourself. Like, nah, fuck you, dude.
Oh, you're just saying, no, it's because you're out to get me.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
they're playing the victim card
Right.
constantly rather than just manning up being like, hey, you know what? That is a shortcoming of mine. I'll work on it. I believe in more shame, less pride.
I like it.
And I like some more, like, neighborly love, too. Like, you're saying be nice to strangers.
Yeah.
Do you know how many fucking weird looks I've gotten for holding the door at, like, a 7-Eleven for a complete stranger? They look at me like I'm a goddamn serial killer. I'm just like, no, I was always taught to hold the door, ladies first, be polite. But they'll look at me like, is he trying to take my wallet?
Yeah, that's
No,
a
Right.
weird
The
thing.
old open the door.
I still-
And they look at you like, what? No. Or like,
hold the door
hold
for
the door,
people.
and they're like, what? It's strange.
That's something I was ready to do. Like, people don't look at me. I'm just like holding the door. I could be there for like 5 minutes. I don't give a shit. It's
Yeah.
like, there are a lot of people coming in. At the same time, though, it's like, compared to like the Midwest, where just everybody's friendly to each other, that freaks me the fuck out.
It's a culture shock because we're so used to like this California city living.
Situation.
Yeah, just like, why is everything in black and white? Like, good day to you
Why
too.
is everything in black and white?
Good day to you too, sir and ma'am. Constable, I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit.
Whereas here, it's like no eye contact.
Yeah.
Head down.
Immediately.
Yeah, people are real weird.
It turns into here. It's survival.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like I hate to say it, like the homeless thing and the panhandling. That just makes you jaded and just kind of turn off. Like I said, I've gotten to the point to where I used to be like, oh no, sorry, I don't have any change here. I don't. Blah, blah, blah. I'll have my headphones in. I won't even hear what they're asking me, what it may be. They could be asking me for directions to the subway. I don't know. But I look them dead in the eye and just say, I have nothing for you, and just keep walking.
No.
Because I figure that fills everything. But I hate being that cold. I'm like proud of that, but it's like a survival technique at this point.
I think of it more like random acts of kindness. So like sometimes I'll pass by a dude and he's like panhandling or ask for stuff. I won't give him shit. But if I got stuff, I'm like, hey, like yesterday I gave a dude like a whole pack of beef jerky because he was like out in the sun. It's like, hey, we'll work for food or whatever. I'm like, here, dude. And then they're like, sometimes I won't give him shit. Or
Yeah, I went
sometimes
to Michael's the other day and got a pizza, and I only ate half of it.
No.
And I had to go get cigarettes at the 7-Eleven by there, and I was walking by it, and there's a guy. He had a shopping cart and all his wares in there. He wasn't panhandling, no sign, didn't say anything to me.
Yeah.
But I just walked up and I'm like, hey man, you want half a pizza? He's like, yes I do. I'm like, all right, here you go. Cool. I didn't want to carry this thing around, and now you're psyched. So like, I don't mind doing little things like that. But being hit up really just grates on me. It gets annoying after a bit.
Well, one time I was giving a pack of cigarettes to a homeless dude, and Aramis tried stopping me. He was like, no, what are you doing? I was like, I have a card. No, I'm going to give him a pack of cigarettes. This is like fucking street currency right here.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, man, you're not supposed to do this. Like, don't tell me what to do with my shit. Like, you physically,
My shit, my rules.
Yeah, you physically just try to stop me from giving somebody something. Like, you could not do that ever again. That'd be cool.
Right. I get it.
Yeah, the cigarette one bothers me.
Yeah, it's...
Because I always have a snarky response though, especially because if I know you and you ask me for a cigarette, no problem, I don't care. But my rule is if I don't know you, no. Yeah. But if I don't know you and you're like, can I buy a cigarette? I'm more apt to be like, keep your change, here's a cigarette.
Yeah,
it's the gesture, and I appreciate that. But my other just snarky ones are like, hey, you got an extra cigarette? I'm like, no, this pack came with 20. Yeah. I didn't get the bonus pack. Sorry.
No bonus pack.
Or they do the other one too. They go, hey man, you got a cigarette? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And then I'll just stare at him.
Pause.
I'll just stare at him and say, oh, can I go? And I was like, oh, I thought you were taking a survey.
Yeah.
My fault.
Please, next time that happens and I'm around, do that so that I can just film
I
that.
do it all the time.
I'll just whip my phone out real quick. I'll be like, oh, just go ahead.
See, that's the side effect of being an only child and a comedy nerd. I'm out to entertain myself.
Right.
I don't care if you think it's funny. If I'm giggling on the inside, you can go fuck yourself. I'm happy. Yeah. Mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly, man. Keep on giggling.
Oh, it's the only way.
Sir, I'm staving away depression.
Yeah.
Sir, I don't want to go to the dark place.
Before you get upset about what I just said to you. Yeah. That's a good time.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
I should do that next time.
Yeah, just fucking do it every day.
Oh, it feels very, very pleasing.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's like you're giving yourself a hug.
Ooh,
good job, man. I did.
Yeah.
Nailed it. You didn't even see it coming. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Man. So what's new with you, man?
Who, me?
Yeah, man. This new place you're in.
Oh, yeah, we're in my new place.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's good. I like it. It has things. Moving is a terrible process. I never want to do it ever again in my life. I'm going to die in this house. I've decided. Hopefully not. But yeah, it's good.
I like it. It's a lot more roomy.
Does it feel roomier to you?
It does.
It's got a nice open feeling. It's got that like old school open feeling.
It is old school because and actually we have a living, like a dining room. I'm sorry, a dining room.
Yeah.
It's an actual dining room that we're in right now.
And like we're adults eat.
Like we're adults. Yeah. That was my Jesse. Like we're adults.
Like adults eat.
Hey!
That was more Christopher Walken than me.
Hi! No, that's Harry Carey. Hold on. That's
Harry Carey. I love that one.
Hi! right.
Would you eat the moon if it was made of ribs?
Would you eat the moon
I know I
if it
would.
were made of ribs?
I know I wouldn't polish off a tall, cool butt one. Would you like to be the top scientist in your field or have mad cow disease?
Yeah. So last episode we were with our friend Terrence and we talked about Will Ferrell for a good 45 minutes.
It's
Probably,
hard not to.
Yeah, it was good because like it was the basis of a lot of our like jokes that we would crack in middle
Yeah.
and high school, and just like he was
Essentially,
a big
we
part
didn't
of our
have
lives.
any original thought. It was just we would
Quote
talk
Will Ferrell.
and Will Ferrell.
That,
quotes.
for me, that was, I mean, before Will Ferrell, for me, like I said, Comedy grew up watching it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was Dana Carvey.
Really?
I grew up on, I watched Saturday Night Live since I was like 5 years old. Like,
Wow.
I loved it. In fact, in 5th grade, for Halloween, my costume was going as George Bush Sr., but like the Dana Carvey version of it. So there's a little weirdo 5th grader wearing a suit with slick back hair, just got not gonna debt. Wouldn't be prudent. And all these adults are like, what is this weird kid doing? But I'm having the time of my life. And ironically, at the time, my dad actually did a really good version of Perot, Ross Perot.
Yeah.
He could do that one. So he would just do the voice, and then I'd be debating him as Bush. It was just... So we never went trick or treating. We had what we called like a harvest festival at the church, where they set up like jumping bouncy councils and games to get candy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A safe space. And so here's weirdo me in 5th grade with a suit walking around debating my dad as Perot versus Bush.
Yeah.
And he's like the pastor of the joint. People are just like, that's a strange family.
Yeah.
Why do I go to this church?
Keith and I have impersonations that we like to do.
Yeah.
Does Alex Jones?
I do Alex Jones, which is
Oh,
literally
you
just,
can do Alex Jones?
I think anybody can do Alex Jones.
just get angry.
Yeah, he's just yelling.
And then start talking
I'm
about
mad.
his supplements.
I'm hungry. Frogs. And it's like, if I can chain that for 45
sexes. Don't appreciate it.
Yeah. There you go.
That's not just
You gotta
driving
change-
angry.
Yeah.
You have to chain that for about at least 45 minutes. If you could do that, you're Alex Jones right there.
Well, then, yeah, and then you have to work on like selling your supplements.
Oh, yeah.
And all your bullshit.
Like,
Doesn't
here's my
work.
survival pack. This is my 33 months supply of food. A bucket of food. I'm like, what?
It's a hot air balloon and a pillow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I got Alex Jones. He's got Barry O. He's got
You got there,
Barry O.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm not
I love
gonna
it.
You're not gonna do it? Why
No,
you bring it
yeah,
up?
yeah.
You made me just do Alex Jones. Now you gotta do Barry O.
do it.
Well, Barry O. Barry O.
I feel a lot of pressure right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure everybody has their own version of a walk-in.
Yeah, I think everybody does, but everybody thinks like theirs is like it sounds pretty good. I thought I had a really good walk-in impersonation. I probably didn't.
No, yeah.
No.
Probably the two best would be Jay Moore and what's his bucket? The Littlest Suspect. He's in The Usual Suspects. I'm blanking on his name. Short guy, comedian. He's the shortest one in The Usual Suspects.
Right.
That's why he calls himself the Littlest Suspect. But he does a podcast called Walking on Walking, or Talkin' Walkin'. That's what it is.
Talkin'
Talkin' Walkin'.
Walking.
And it's him interviewing somebody. He just stays in character the whole time. But his is like a super subtle, like on point one. Whereas Jay Moore is a little more over the top, but I really dig it. Jay Moore also has a killer Tracy Morgan, amongst other things. Harvey Keitel. He's got some obscure ones.
Yeah.
But the Tracy Morgan always starts like getting everybody pregnant up in here.
Yeah.
That's
Tracy
like his
Morgan.
go-to, like to start it off.
Yeah.
Whereas you always have, they call it a touchstone when you do impersonations. There's like that one little thing that like starts it off.
Yeah.
So like my shitty walk-in always starts with oh.
Well, that's
That's
a
like
good,
what gets me into it. You
that's
know?
a good jumping off point right there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a touchstone is what they call it. Industry term.
Yeah.
I know things.
Don't sleep on Barry O.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, that's all you get. Well, I keep trying to do it because I think it's the having the headphones on. It throws my what I'm hearing when I say the words as Barry.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah. Outside of sound, you got to visualize it, and then just creates
Oh,
that
I
character.
visualize him a lot.
You visualize.
He's a handsome man. Why wouldn't you?
He's a
Not
role model.
fantasize, visualize.
Oh.
Be the Barry.
Yeah.
Be the berry.
Be the
Barry.
Barry.
Feel
Yes.
the berry. Taste the berry.
Yeah.
I love that.
Squeeze the berry. Sorry. I was doing a Starburst commercial. I don't know what happened.
I love that skit that Key and Peele did where he's like old Obama when he's in college. Like he.
Oh yeah, playing. And he's like smoking. I guess I'll smoke it.
Weird.
Yeah. So just puff pass.
Yeah.
Like just so stupid. It's all like filmed with like a shitty like grainy like total like camcorder from that time too.
Yeah.
Those guys are. I love those two together. I mean, I get it too. Like I'm really looking forward to seeing Peele's next movie. Because I mean, I loved Get Out.
He's fucking killing the game.
He's doing really, really well. And I didn't realize till like 8 months ago that he's married and has a kid with Chelsea Peretti. And I'm like, that's a funny couple. That better be a fucking funny baby too.
Who is that?
Chelsea Peretti.
She's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She's a stand-up.
I think she used to be on not Talk. She was on like some like TMZ show or something like that. But it was like
it was on World's Dumbest on like True TV.
Okay.
She was one of the talking heads on that. But you've never seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No, not a huge fan of Andy Samberg.
Okay, well, if you ever watch it, she's like the sassy secretary to the captain.
And she gets she's like hella pregnant second season.
Yeah.
Like actually hella pregnant.
Yeah, she's just fucking pregnant.
She's super funny, super dry. Like, she's good. She used to be a writer on Parks and Rec.
Wait, no, I think I know
too
her.
Before.
She's brunette?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm visualizing.
Yeah, she's cool. And I was like, Keegan-Michael Key's doing a bunch of stuff that he's doing a lot of ads and things, but he seems to have
getting a lot of work. He's getting a lot of movie work. Actually.
Yeah. There was that one movie that he did, it was an indie movie about like an improv group that he starred in. I can't remember the name of it.
The last movie I remember seeing him in, he was like a...
Oh, he's in Predator, but that's not been reviewed well.
Yeah. In Predator?
The new Predator.
There's a new Predator?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
It's been in theaters. It's like 28 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's not that great. But he's in it.
You know I'm going to check it out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's worth a rental.
It's
I'm just not paying to go to the movies to see it.
Right. $16 for popcorn my ass. Motherfuckers.
You gotta go with Nikki, have her bring like the fucking knapsack of fucking purse. Like, yeah, alright, cool. Fucking 20 by 20 from In-N-Out and all that other shit. You sneak stuff in there still.
Well, what we usually
I still
do
sneak stuff in.
is
I have
we
no
go
pride about that.
And we pretend that she's my adopted Asian child. That way she gets it free. So.
This is also
sweet.
This is also her backpack.
Actually, I just wear a backpack and she hops in and then I...
Does she just smile, like cover her mouth and giggle?
Yeah. Nikki's gonna bust out of the room. Fuck
you know what really grinds my gears?
What grinds your gears?
The way that Asian girls whine in pornos. It's distracting.
Are you specifically talking about Japanese pornos?
Yes.
Okay.
Specifically, like Japanese.
That's weird. Yeah, it's definitely like I don't know.
And they're really into the bush. That's cool. I'm not hating on the bush.
Yeah.
Leave it there. I know you're an adult this way, but because it's very hard to tell based on the rest of your body.
No, sure. They say black don't crack. Neither does Asian.
Oh no, it does. After you hit about what is it, 60?
Magic numbers like fucking anywhere between 42 to 80.
Yes, anywhere.
Like
There
it really
seems
just
42 to 80.
I guess there
Yeah.
seems to be like a hard out. Like it just like all happens at once.
Yeah.
Like you don't just like descend. You just fall off. a
No,
cliff.
yeah, it's just okay. Like,
Oh, now you're an old lady.
yeah, you have kyphosis. You're fucking.
Same thing happened to my dad. Like I think as soon as he turned 43, he shrunk about 8 inches, hunched over, and like he just started practicing.
Just got bitter about things.
Shrunk about it.
Yeah, it's just like, what happened? Like, oh yeah, I'm 43 today, son. Like, oh, happy birthday, I guess. Like looking down at him.
Yeah.
Sorry about the roller coasters.
Your
I can't
dad's
go
so
on
interesting.
anymore.
I would love to have your dad on the podcast.
Oh man, if we could have him on, his attention for more than 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We could have a 10-minute podcast that he's on for.
And like he might accidentally shoot the roof. It doesn't even matter if there's like a firearm in here.
Dad, why did you
That
bring
would be
all
worth
of
it.
your guns?
Yeah. I was like, how did you shoot?
All of them, Dad?
Yeah. And
I'm
then,
going
like,
shooting after this. Like,
then he's like, all right, well, I got to go now. I got to go hit a tournament. I'm like, what the fuck? Got this loaded gun. Ah! What do I do? Yeah.
Dad, put the safety on, please.
See, my dad just into cars, so I don't have to worry about bodily harm necessarily.
No, it's a thing when I take my dad to the shooting range. I have all the guns. He has like one, but he'll like shoot the ceiling, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I have like all these optics, all this stuff that would prevent you from shooting the ceiling. Like, hey, keep it on target.
Right.
Nope. Immediately tries to go for a headshot, just eyeballs it. Not even really eyeballs. Like, I think this is it. I think this is it.
He said it sideways.
Yeah.
Gangster style.
Yeah, immediately somebody comes out like, you shot our roof. I'm like, well, all right, well, I gotta go, son. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Huh? What? Oh, I'm sorry. We gotta take this call outside.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, your dad's
beautiful.
he sounds like a snitch. Like he'd snitch on you.
Snitch on me? Nah, he would
Careful, they get stitches.
he'd immediately
do.
just disappear.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Not really well-made stitches either. They're like jagged, and the skin is kind of like
Like semi-staple-ish.
yeah.
Yeah. It's not the best.
No,
Not
Jesse's
ideal.
deep in the streets. He's just not
Yeah.
around.
Represent.
Yeah. He was telling me earlier that he's glad that he knows you because now you give him street cred. I'm like,
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to front,
there you go.
but I will represent.
Please don't.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I don't want to come across whack, you guys.
You know,
Yeah.
he's so funny. He walks up to me sometimes, and he'd be like, "David, can I ask you something? Why bitches be fronting?" I'm like, Jesse,
Oh my god.
you get away. First, give me a hug, and now get away from me.
Yeah, you
The
take
other
a
question
step
I
back.
ask you many times, she was like, why are bitches always stepping up to get slapped out?
Oh my god.
Seems counterintuitive. Why would they do such a thing? Pimping really ain't easy. I don't know.
I don't know what's more uncomfortable, hearing that or me saying I'm feeling myself from like the last podcast.
Wait, did you say that?
I did.
Oh, cool. Good for you, man.
No, I think I was saying
Get
it
to
to
know
you and
your body,
Terrence.
it's
I
cool.
set it off. I was like,
Well, when you have that many black people in one vicinity, it tends to rub off pretty
rubs
easily,
off.
So.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Oh, see
Yeah.
that?
It's already started.
Yeah, you can't help it.
Why am I fine? Yeah.
Is it airborne?
Yes. Just like herpes.
Yeah.
Sponsored by her. Was it, I don't know.
Allegedly.
No, we're not sponsored. Sponsored by Valtrex.
Sponsored by Valtrex.
I lead a pretty much normal life now. I love when they do those commercials
Yeah.
for like the different medicines and they're like bragging about how their life's practically normal now.
Practically,
I'm like,
yeah.
It's not normal.
I feel like a person, kind of.
Yeah.
Look at us, horseback riding.
All
Always
the
do like a
different-
weird montage.
All the different side effects, too, dude.
Oh.
Nausea, diarrhea.
May cause death.
Death.
And
Seizures.
in some cases, death. Please see a doctor. How do I see a doctor? I'm fucking dead.
Yeah.
I don't
Dude.
understand. It's game over. It's the last time I checked on that one. I don't.
Yeah.
I
If you
don't
die
know.
from our drug, you won't be telling anyone anything.
No secrets.
My favorite one's got to be like Enzyme, where Bob's just walking around having the time of his life. It's like, you know why Bob's having a good time. Everybody's like, why is this guy so
Oh,
fucking
the grinning
smoked?
Bob.
Yeah.
That's such a throwback drug commercial.
Yeah.
I do like the tongue in cheek about like doing the throwback, like total 50s throwback drug commercial. Like,
Or where doctors are prescribing you cigarettes.
yeah.
You know, I hate their food, but I actually really enjoy Jack in the Box's marketing campaigns.
They're
The
usually
way
not
they
too
go,
bad.
like,
They've always been like spot on.
yeah. Like
This
when,
new one about the bowls.
The bowls?
That
Like,
that
that's
one I'm not digging as
adorable.
much. I don't
Come
like
on.
it.
It feels
I don't like it.
it feels like a Super Bowl commercial almost.
Look at
On
your
top of-
bowls.
Look at your bowls.
Look at those
I can't say my
big
bowls are really
bowls.
tasty. That's my Jack.
No, but at the end, he's like, "Oh, now I hear it." Sorry.
Yeah.
That does
It was,
make
it
up
was
for a
a
little
commercial
bit.
within a commercial,
I thought
yeah.
that kind of sealed it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sealed in the freshness of that joke.
I forgot it was the commercial
That
within the
running
commercial.
joke.
Yeah.
What was that?
The like he was going over with his lawyers why this cannot be a commercial. Yeah.
A little meta. I
Yeah.
enjoy
I
that.
like it.
Yeah.
I like corny shit like that. You know.
Oh.
Yeah. That's my version of giggling, Jess.
That's fine.
That's
It's fine.
That's where I get my gigs from.
Equal gigs.
Yeah.
Gigs for all.
Get your giggle bites in.
Giggle bites, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, that's a forced one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I actually apologize after saying that.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm not proud of myself, guys.
I used to say jiggle bites, and people, is that what G stands for? Is like, because like from a technical aspect, yeah, jiggle bites. I'm like, what?
Oh.
And like I actually say it in a brief, and they're like, "Is he for real right now?" I was like, yeah, man.
I didn't know it was a soft G. Huh. Going back to Will Ferrell. Trying this new thing called jogging. Or maybe it's yogging.
Yogging.
I don't know if it's a soft G. But apparently just run for an extended period of time.
See what happens.
The other forgotten one from Anchorman 2, unless you watch like the extended scenes, the audition that he does for ESPN Sports Center. But this is back like when ESPN was starting. Have you seen that before?
No.
Oh, it's on the extended special features. You said this. What is this place called? Espen? Espen. So just sports. That's it. Just sports. That'll never work. Never. That's like having like an all cooking channel, or like a channel that's just devoted to travel. It'll never work. And he just like starts getting enraged, and eventually he's like, they cut, and he grabs the stool he's sitting on and like throws it on the over across the table. And he's like, this place is run by children. Espen?
I'm sorry. That man is just a sentient shooting star. That's all it is.
And when he gets together with John C. Reilly, I'm even more
yeah.
happy.
It's ridiculous.
They just feed off each other. It's ridiculous.
Don't they have a movie coming out soon too?
Yeah, I think they have another one coming.
Yeah.
Like another Step Brother?
Well, I just, I don't know if you watch I Love You, America with Sarah Silverman. It's on Hulu. So it's like a political show, but it's also like a comedy show. And so she sat down, this most recent episode, sat down and interviewed Socrates. Socrates is Will Ferrell. Mm-hmm. And he's just like losing his mind because they're eating at a restaurant. And he's losing his mind over panini. And like how amazing this is because it doesn't exist in ancient Greece. Like, sweet mother of Zeus. What is this? She's like, it's a panini sandwich. A what? He like picks up her phone. He's like, "Is this a panini press?" No. He's got the stupid beard and everything. It's great.
Oh no, I have to watch it.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's a fun watch.
Oh my god.
What's that called again?
It's called I Heart You, America.
I Heart
with
You.
Silver Silverman.
Huckabees with Silverman.
She said fuckabees.
Did she say fuck?
Yeah, fuckabees.
She said fuckabees.
She was wearing like that fucking weird coveralls. Like,
Yeah.
this is like fuckabees.
She walks up, lifts his headphones, like, fuckabees.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she said fuckabees. She said fuckabees. It's like crisis hour.
God, that movie was so meta. It's crazy. Just like the whole introspective, like people breaking down their psyche and all that stuff towards
How
the
am I
end.
not myself?
Yeah.
How am I not myself?
Yeah.
Jude Law's just totally in love with himself. Yeah.
Yeah, narcissist.
I feel like that's
degree.
real. I feel like that was him just being himself.
Did you see all like the behind the scenes stuff though? Like
It's
Lily
been a
Tomlin
while.
losing her shit.
No.
Oh, she went like this is like off air footage, but that was just like being recorded. And Daly's like she went off on like the writer director guy, was just like temper tantrum, throwing shit, breaking shit.
Wow.
On set, like just lost her cookies.
That's probably why you don't see her in any more movies.
Yeah, you don't see her as much, but she's a comedy legend. I wonder if maybe that's like the beginning of the end, like she just got burnt out or something.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm not an actor.
Whatever happened to Carlos Mencia?
He stole.
Yeah. Thievery.
There's a lot of drama about that in the comedy world.
And it's not good when Joe Rogan wants to put his face through his fist through your face.
Yeah.
It's usually not a place you want to be.
He will be able to do it easily.
He has the means.
Yeah.
The knowledge and the technique. Yeah, don't.
I mean, now he's just like a giant thumb, but
Yeah.
he's definitely still somebody that you should be scared of.
Yeah, he knows how to fight. No, and he's actually a really smart dude. I like him a lot. And he was justified in his calling out because Mencia just straight up
Yeah, he was stealing
stole
jokes.
people's shit, like blatantly. Like he wasn't even like secret about it. Didn't even make it seem like, oh, we just kind of both came to the same conclusion at the same time, which is gonna happen in comedy. It's just gonna happen. But no, this is just like complete carbon copy.
Who do you think
Word for
stole
word.
jokes worse, Amy Schumer or Carlos Mencia?
Who's are worse?
Who's copying? Like, who blatantly steals worse?
Mencia.
Mencia?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't listen or watch Schumer that much, so I can't really call that one.
She's like stolen jokes from Ellen, like back in Ellen's stand-up.
Ellen?
Yeah, before she did the whole Ellen show and everything. So like,
No, she used to be a pretty good stand-up in like the early '90s. Like she was pretty. She worked clean too, and she worked clean very well. Like I still remember her dumb bit about when you like trip in public, like when you hit like a crack or something, and you have to like turn around and look at it, like, hey, you see that, guys? Don't everybody else trip on that. You like jog it out and like, yeah.
Well,
Everybody
guys,
take notice. Don't hit that crack.
You guys listened to what like Rogan said about that whole situation when he was calling him out on stage at the comedy store.
Mm-mm.
No. So
I've heard bits and pieces, but
and I heard
basically,
Rogan was ejected from the comedy club for a bit.
Yeah, the club basically kicked him out. Right?
Yeah.
He couldn't perform there anymore, and defended Mencia because he brought in a larger crowd.
because he had that
Most of the
stupid
other
show.
comics. Yeah, exactly. So he just started.
That pissed me off every time he did
Right.
it. I'm like,
You can't
stop
do
it.
that now because now people be like, "Why are you making fun of people with special needs?" Like, that's what you're fucking doing.
Yeah.
Apparently not though, because Donald Trump can do it and he's president. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah, that was kind of the whole.
He's
thing.
our barometer for societal behavior.
Dude, well, no. What we're letting, he's the barometer for what we're allowing to happen. That's not the bar set for, what should be allowed.
Yeah.
It's just like, what's the threshold?
It's
Because
what's
rising
happening
constantly
Yeah.
with this asshole. Anyways, so yeah, that was like the whole situation, and he was like, the owner said he was good, but the manager that he spoke with afterwards was like, no, we can't have you over here anymore. He was like, so
Wasn't it like a 6-month ban or something like that?
like
somehow he's resolved it now because that's like
it's
still his home
but
spot.
I think that he never really went back. Like he never really went there
Okay.
back to perform again because he was just like, no, fuck this place, like
Yeah.
like back this guy who's stealing people's art, literally stealing, and
because I called him out,
and because
on it,
I
you're
called
giving
him
me the
out,
boot.
yeah. So it's one of those.
It's just straight plagiarism.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it is.
And I get it. There
It's
are a lot
writing.
of people
Who
that
wrote
like
this
arrive
down?
to a same conclusion or a similar joke because that's just we're all humans, and there's it's the old monkey with a room full of monkeys with typewriters. Eventually, one of them's going to write like the Bible. You know what I mean? Just by sheer odds of numbers and whatnot.
Is that some type of weird analogy?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But it just
Never
means
heard
that like
before.
anything can occur. Like there's so much randomness in the universe that can. There's a
Murphy's Law.
possibility of it. Murphy's Law is the opposite. Who is this Murphy, by the way? I want to find because that guy's a dick. I hate his law.
Yeah.
I do not
Have
appreciate
you heard
it.
of?
It's true though. Anything that could go wrong will go
Will
wrong.
go wrong.
Have you heard of
Hoo-ah.
coleslaw?
Coleslaw. Yeah. What about coleslaw?
It's true.
Delicious.
I don't know whether to be angry or laugh. You got me in a weird holding pattern.
I had
here.
somebody tell me that joke the other day, and I promised that I was going to use that. Shout out to Brian Reese.
Brian
If
Reese.
you ever listen to this
You're a
fucking
hor-
podcast, thank you, my friend.
That's good
Brian
stuff.
Reese, you're a horrible person, but probably a great dad.
Well, you know who that is, right? You know.
No, but it sounds like the
Oh, he
most
does
dad
have-
joke in the
he
Yeah,
world.
it's a pretty
Okay,
big
that's
dad joke.
He must be a great dad.
I meant to ask you, by the way, the other day, like
Yeah.
at work. Do you know a good veterinarian?
A good veterinarian?
Yeah.
No.
Because these pythons are so
Okay, I'm gonna add that in there.
You
Goes
can
in the
also
joke
interchange
book.
it with puppies. It works both
Puppies.
ways.
Python!
You
Those are
just squeeze
puppies.
your chest together like these
What?
puppies are sick.
That's one of my favorite stupid muscle jokes.
I love it. Well, you have to come up with like a bunch of really good muscle jokes because
Yeah, because I don't have any.
you're the world's tiniest and frailest man.
I'm not frail. I may be skinny, but I'm wiry.
Right.
I got a lot of tendons. They're working overtime, but I
That's
got a
good.
lot of them.
Yeah, those ligaments are concrete. They're connected.
Yeah. It's better to be a fat guy. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Podcast
Keith used
jaded.
to be a fat guy too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Immediately offended. Podcast jaded does not endorse being fat or skinny. Just being yourself.
Yes, always
Just do
be
it.
yourself,
Just be
people.
yourself.
Sorry, Nike.
Also, just do it. Also, ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We're still waiting. We have been eating McDonald's right before almost every show, though.
I mean, that was back when it was across the street, so you
Yeah, but-
kind of couldn't avoid it.
Well, you know what? The three
And
of us in
you-
our ethnicity, we look like a McDonald's ad.
Wow.
We just need one white girl, and
Yeah.
then the
That's
ratio
true.
is complete.
Yeah.
And then we can, I don't know, stay in line.
I love diversity in commercials. Like forced diversity. Like, we get it. Everybody eats McDonald's. You
Yeah.
don't have to. The only one that's funny that Krolla points out all the time is there's only one time you'll see a black person in like a Ring ad or like one of those alarm system ads. It's always a group of white dudes because they don't want to get in trouble.
Wow.
And it's pretty funny. I've noticed it now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. It's like every other ad, you got the diversity. When it comes to robbing houses, only white folk rob houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta watch like a
Think of
Brinks
the
home
letter.
security commercial. See if they're old ass commercials. Is it an African American person? Is it a black person, white person, Asian person breaking in? I don't know.
Well, according to Tarantino,
It's a fun homework assignment.
Yeah.
according to Tarantino, white people pull robberies, and black people do burglaries.
Was this a quote from a movie or from his office?
This is, we've talked. Me and
You and T?
me and T.
Oh, right on.
Me and Mr. T.
You were just like going over a coffee book of like Hollywood's best feet.
I'm also good friends with LeVar Burton.
And you love to read.
Yes,
it's
I do.
It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah. Oh, I just forget his character on
Geordie LaForge.
Geordie.
Yeah,
there
Geordie.
we go.
Did
That's
you know
what I'm gonna
Jody?
name my-
Did you
my-
know Jody
my first
LaForge's
one.
like seeing things?
Yeah.
It was actually he founded a store. It's a barrette. They just painted it. It's like
Yeah,
a women's barrette.
That's what I would do as a kid. I would take my sister's beret, put her like, look at me, I'm like Jordy. I'm like, okay. This is the thing that goes over your eyes.
It's just like, you're fucking retarded.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah. Good old Jordy.
Oh, LaForge.
Somehow you managed to embarrass me when we're just one-on-one. I've had looks like that from some people. I'm like, it's just us.
Yeah.
How are you embarrassed?
Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers, obviously.
Did you watch the
Holy Trinity?
Did you watch the documentary on Mr. Rogers?
Won't you be my neighbor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's awesome.
It was in theaters, right? Like,
Yeah, and
okay.
it's out streaming.
I
now.
opted-
I watched it the other day, and it's like there's no dirt on the guy because he was just that straight up good of a dude.
Yeah.
Like, wholesome, legit, like cared about other people, was very selfless. And some people were like, "Oh, it's not that good because there's no like intrigue." I'm like, no, that guy was just like a gem of a human being,
Right.
Yeah.
And I like that we're just celebrating that.
Yeah.
Like, thank you. Like, he was a good fucking dude.
Yeah, no, I went to go see a documentary about Whitney Houston. I'd rather
That one's hard.
see one about a drug addict than, an amazing man who taught children,
And even like the way he got to get PBS to make the show and pick it up and whatnot is pretty remarkable. Like, he had to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the same time too, you watch the documentary on Whitney or all these other tragic figures that have passed away. They're fascinating in their own weird, like, Schadenfreude way.
Right. Well, I'm a fan of her music, so I was like always curious about the details of
Did you ever watch Amy?
Amy.
The one about
The
Amy
Amy
Winehouse.
Winehouse.
Oh, I started to watch that, but
Yeah, that one's pretty rough too.
is it?
Yeah. Well, she's the latest member of the 27 Club.
It's true.
There hasn't been anyone since?
I don't think.
Was
I
Mac
think the last one was
Miller-
like Kurt Cobain was the last one. I think before.
Man, we really do need a Jamie. There was like so many unanswered questions this episode.
Wait, what?
We need like a Jamie to look this shit up.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Fast
Dude, it
facts.
really has been like I'm still in the podcast frame of mind. You're like, hey, I'm making references. You're like, huh?
We just don't have any Jamie budget money,
He's like $20.
Pay him in fries.
Pay him for yeah, whatever
Pay
you
him
want
in
from
waffle fries.
five different restaurants. We will pay you in fries. So if your name is Jamie
that.
and you got at least 10 digits, hit us up.
Yeah, waffle fries and a Gatorade.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's all in there for you.
yeah. We should have like some kind of outside person other than to like look stuff up and not have it sound on the fuckers like.
I mean, I don't think that's the issue. I think it's just, we're not good at Googling.
No, we could just have somebody sitting at home and like he's like live, he or she's live.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, man. Like, okay.
Well, you
Is
can
that
just
true?
do-
Yeah.
you can
Stop
always-
yelling.
You can do kind of variation like what they do in like Doug Lowe's movies because they play like trivia games of their own stuff. But you always in the next episode, like things get messed up sometimes. Like he'll give I guess he was in
Yeah.
that movie and he wasn't. Whatever. He always just addresses the beginning of every episode and he's like, from the corrections department. Okay, yeah, this so and so was not in that. Got that wrong. Got this wrong. Cool. Save your tweets, whatever.
Right.
So it'd be easy enough to like, if there are questions when you're listening back, like look them up and just like the next episode just be like, so we fucked up this and this and this. Here's the truth on that one. Here's how we got wrong. Cool. Moving on.
The thing is just we don't admit our faults.
Yeah,
okay.
we're kind of perfect.
Yeah.
Oh. See,
No.
I don't know about you guys, but like I'm really humble. I don't like to talk about it.
You know that's not what
I'm-
humble people say.
No,
right?
I'm super humble.
Humble people don't even get in front of microphones.
I
They just
seriously
stay
sit around
away.
and wonder what like prideful people are doing because I'm so humble.
Yeah.
I don't understand what that life is.
Yeah, I understand.
That's just how I'm wired, bro.
I'm just a humble dude, bro.
I'm just a humble dude. That's how my parents raised me. I don't know why you're hating on the humble. Hashtag hate the humble.
Yeah, I'm humble.
Oh yeah, let's bring that out.
What time are we at right
We're
now?
at 2:23.
How long have we been recording for?
Long enough.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's definitely over an hour.
We're at like an hour 18.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It
Time
flew
just
by.
flying, man.
Well, let me go ahead and put some stuff out real quick. You got some stuff to put out?
Add me on Instagram, Chill Murray. I came back from San Francisco. It was a great trip.
Hell yeah.
I'll send you pictures for no reason. DMs only.
DMs only. Damn. What's the rate? What's the rate, dog? You gonna DM me for that too?
We can't talk about that right now.
Okay, right on. I just want to give a shout out to Anthony Diaz. Cut by.
Cut by.
Go ahead and schedule your manscaping needs for your scalp. I don't know if he does body. I'm probably gonna have to look into that.
I know specifically pubic
pubis.
Pubis
Architect is what I believe his business card says. Barber/pubis architect. If you need to book with him, you can find him on the website, thecutby.com.
Tired Eyes Coffee.
Yeah, Tired Eyes Coffee.
Yeah,
a roaster in San Diego over in North County, and he and his crew travel around Southern California delivering you roasted beans. Beans, the magical fruit. The more you drink, the more your digestive system will respond to the amount of coffee that you have drank. So if you need a nice, refreshing brew that you would either pour over or run through your machine, you could either get in grind or bean form.
That's some good bean juice.
Tired Eyes Coffee. Not a doctor.
Not a doctor. Jesse?
I'm just promoting the old podcast. I'll be releasing sometime in October. Want to get it Stiffed Pod. So you can contact me directly via email, especially if you have horror stories. At stiffedpod, Jesse at stiffpod.com. At stiffedpod on all the big three on your Instagram, your Facebooks, Twitter, all that goodness.
Yes.
And we're working on setting up a hotline as well too, to try and get people to go ahead and leave that horror story of theirs. Meanwhile, I'm trying to buy time while I scroll through and look up the number for y'all.
Okay, right on. Well,
Phone time.
Yes, it's a great podcast.
David, you could tell me a joke real quick while he looks up this number.
A joke?
Yeah, a joke.
A joke.
Why does Michael Jackson like 29-year-olds?
Oh, wow. I might actually know the answer to this one. I'm going to give a stab at it. Is it because there's 20 of them?
That is precisely it.
It's the first time anybody's ever actually answered a joke correctly. Let's go ahead and mark that down.
It's the most unfortunate and terrible joke.
Mark that for the books. I do not mean that.
Also, R.I.P. Michael Jackson. I actually love you very much.
They were saying he was like
make that change.
They were saying he was a castrato, so he was chemically castrated in order to maintain his voice.
Who's that?
They said Michael Jackson was chemically castrated.
Oh,
maintain that falsetto or that super high pitched voice.
Is this just one of your Alex Jones conspiracy theory kind of?
Look, man, you do your Barry O impersonation. I have constantly been doing. I've constantly been in Alex Jones' character. All right, you think this is me? No, this is just Alex Jones.
I feel like you're summoning his spirit here every time that you do one of his impersonations. Or
it's definitely. I have a spiritual link with Alex Jones and all the draconian overlords and all the people that hold officer power or gold sniffing lizards. Yeah, it's like David. That's David Icke, actually. David Icke.
Who?
David Icke. Oh. David Icke is a conspiracy theorist that some people bought it. I met one of the people that follow him, and they're like, they believe everybody in power is like a lizard or draconian overlord, and they eat gold. And yeah, they've been in power for centuries, if not they're aliens.
Don't they have that other one where all the rich people get together and have parties where they drink like adrenal glands from children? Something
like that, yeah.
Yeah,
it's all off the wall.
Crazy high. Yeah, it's some weird, deep conspiracy shit.
Yeah, I don't even know how to begin with it. I mean, you literally just say things and then maybe 2 sentences of extrapolation, then like it's stuck in my mind forever. This is how it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to David Goggins once again.
David Goggins, when do we get you on here? I wish you would kidnap us for 30 days.
Yes, please.
All right, finally found it. I'm so sorry. So the hotline that we set up, like once again, Jesse at stiffedpod.com. You can contact me, email me anytime. I'm down for any horror story, please. And the hotline number that it will be set up very soon in the very near future is 833-4114-SHM extension 1.
All right.
So
in case you ever need to put down your phone number for any official reason, that is the number to put down. Also, if you have any stories that you would like to submit, about bodily fluids going in or out of your food, whether it be from the service side. Do you even take any stories from people?
Any stories? I mean, in fact, too, like the plan is too. We're going to print up some business cards so I can just hand them out to people, and it's on the back of the card. Even says something weird happening today. Tell us about it.
There you go.
So we'll take on anything. It just happens to be the first episode seems to be very bodily fluid oriented, but I mean,
you gotta get something to get people through the door.
We got some fun stuff like homeless. I got revenge plots, people getting back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like, don't fuck with the people that make your food and drinks.
Yeah,
just don't do it, and be nice to your bouncer.
Yeah,
Please.
Just
He's a
respect
gentle spirit.
Respect the rules before you ask these cult pythons over here on you.
Sick.
It's so sick.
He's not gonna,
Where's the vet?
before you have your local bouncer punch chest plugs through your abdomen or through your chest, just be kind to everybody. Who cares? I didn't bounce or whatever. Just general human decency, especially your servers though, because they could totally put pubes or
God knows.
Yeah, God knows what. Maybe even food. Who knows?
Just don't be a dick because there's already enough in the world, so don't be.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and pizza, man.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and pizza.
You know,
it's crazy. People getting pizza tattoos now.
We're
going another hour. No. We're going another hour.
We got some hot pizza talk.
All right. Well, this is Podcast Jaded.
Podcast Jaded.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right. Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
Cheers.
All right.